talking about is the rewiring of the brain and rewiring healing. So I'm piggybacking on what Dr. Horowitz was saying on the opening of Dr. Parveen and the continuation of the conversation, Dr. Kumar and Dr. Faisal, and also, the all the conversation of what is important here right now, and that's the body's that's capacity to heal on its own. So my topic is about neuroplasticity, perception, and the quantum intelligence of the human system. So I want to share with you something here. So I am visually impaired, and this is how I see right now. Okay, I only see. I have, if you on my left eye, I only have 15% vision field, and on my right eye, I only have 14% vision field. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because everything changed in an instant. I woke up one morning, I had a stroke, and I had a brain aneurysm that was caused by that stroke, and I lost my sight. So, so everything that I thought I understood about myself changed in an instant. I experienced a stroke and a brain aneurysm that left me visually impaired. And in that moment, it wasn't just my sight that shifted. It was my entire relationship with reality. It got distorted. At first, there was disorientation, silence, uncertainty. But then something unexpected happened. I began to hear differently. Sound was no longer just sound. It had depth, distance, a shape. And when I reached out, touch became something for me to have information. I could feel space, I could feel movement. It was as if my brain was finding a new way to help myself, to help me see. So I went from, having full sight to now, what is it? So who am I without what I knew? So of course, loss of primary sense, disorientation, my identity shift. So what I went through, I would have to say that losing a primary sense doesn't just affect function, it affects identity. Who you are when the way you've always experienced the world is no longer there. So there is a moment where you can either define yourself by loss or begin to discover something new. And that's where I stood. I stood in discovering something new. So what if I'm not broken? So let's talk about adaptation versus limitation, the awareness, the choice. So, and that's the question that changed everything for me. So, what if I'm not broken? What if my body is adapting? In that moment, I stopped asking, how do I fix this? And I started actually asking, what is my system trying to do for me? So, how my body is starting to move. So, the brain that rewires itself. This is the point that I want to come to. The neuroplasticity, the reorganization, the experience shapes the structure. So, what I was experiencing is what we understand as neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to reorganize, reassign function, and adapt based on experience. It is not fixed. It is not responsive. It is intelligent. That's what the brain does. It is intelligent. So learning to see without sight, I would have to say that was a challenge. However, hearing was a spatial awareness. Touch was my orientation, and perception was integration with my environment. So perceiving, sensing energy, sensing the environment around me allowed me to come to a point. Oops, sorry. Let me go back. There you go. Allowed me to see things in a different way, in a different perspective. So I didn't regain sight in the way I once knew it, but I developed something else, and my hearing became spatial. So I could hear things that before I wasn't able to hear or I wasn't paying attention to. My sense of touch became directional. So I would feel doing the stairs with my feet. I would feel the railings. And I know by when the railing ends, that's when the stair ends. So, and my perception became integrated. So my whole surroundings became part of me. And I would be aware of people around me. Even if I wouldn't see them, I could feel them. And I wasn't compensating. I was just rewiring. Does that make sense? I was just rewiring. So, and through that process, I became fully independent again. So I would have to say I was in a space of being home, not moving, not going anywhere, not doing anything, to being fully independent, taking public transportation, going to the major city downtown all by myself. It was scary, and I did it. So the human system as energy and information. So we were talking about with Dr. Horowitz, frequency. All right. So the sound around me, the frequency, the coherence, perception that was actually exchange of energies that I was actually learning about around me. This is where philosophy and science meet. In natural medicine, we understand that the body is now working again. The body's not working against us. So the body works with us. Symptoms are communication. Adaptation is intelligence. So healing is not about forcing the body back to what it was. It's about supporting what it is trying to become. You see, um, previously we had a conversation where the brain, when there's a damage, there's a damage. However, the brain can reconstruct itself. Well, this is where I stand. This is where healing, when I say, is not about forcing the body back to what it was. It's about supporting what it is trying to become and adapting to what it is in the new place where it needs to be. So perception shapes reality. Focus strengthens pathways. Attention rewires. Reality follows perception. So what do I mean by this? And when, like, this is what I mean. So when we expand this understanding, we begin to see the human being differently, not just as biology, okay, and physiology, but as a system of energy and information. We are constantly receiving, processing, and responding. Perception is not passive. It is an active exchange with our environment. So the question is this: what are we adapting to? Many things. We are adapting to stress, to the environment, to the conditioning. So we focus on, what we focus on is what we strengthen. Neural pathways follow attention. And over time, perception becomes reality. So if perception can change, then also reality can change. Healing is participation. So it just doesn't come by itself. There has to be an awareness, a repetition of an action, the environment that you're around, and the regulation of that environment. So, but this is actually a very deep question. What are we adapting to? Okay. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I just went a little bit further ahead. Previous. Okay, what are we adapting to? Okay, we are adapting to stress, environment, and conditioning. So, because many people are adapting, but to only to stress, to pressure, disconnection, environments that are not aligned, the system will always adapt. The question is, at what cost? So what is the cost of you adapting? How many of us adapt to the stressful environments? How many of us adapt to other people's conditions? But there's a cost. And the cost is, healing is participation, of course, right? Healing is participation. And the healing is not something that happens to us. It is something we participate in through awareness, through repetition, through the environment we place ourselves in, through the way we choose to perceive. From survival to coherence. So survival, when we shift through survival to coherence, everything changes. Our nervous system regulates, our perception expands, and our system begins to align with whatever is around us. So from experience to application, my journey didn't just change me personally. It changed how I understand human systems, how we lead, how we design environments, how we support one another. So it's not just about personal healing. It's about also everything that is around us, the collective impact. Okay? So this is what I'm inviting you to ask yourself. So just I'm making a little invitation here. So what I'm going to leave you with is this. What are you currently adapting to? And what would become possible if you change the rewire, if you choose to rewire your perception? So I came with this conclusion. Okay, I came with this conclusion. I said, I am not defined by what I lost. I am expanded by what I learned to perceive. So this is the last, what I'd like to share with you. Okay. And I know it's a deep conversation and it's hard for, coming to an understanding of where we are and what we're doing, but coming from being someone that's had a full vision to someone that had to use a different kind of vision and see and perceive things in a different way is very powerful. And I apply that to my practice and I apply that to the understanding of, hey, life goes on. It's just different, not the same, but it still goes on. And being visually impaired has actually enhanced my world to a place of understanding human beings at a deeper level. I don't hear what they're saying. I hear their energy. I hear the vibration. Just like Dr. Horowitz was saying, we vibrate at a frequency. And the frequency, the most important frequency that we vibrate at is a 528. That's the frequency of love. As doctors, as healthcare professionals, we come from giving what God gave us, the gifts that we have been given to us. We share with love what we have and what we've learned. And I'm sharing with love what I've learned in learning how to see beyond sight. So this is all I have for today. And thank you for listening.
Fantastic, Dr. Maria, as always. Thank you so much for sharing. As I have been almost through what you have gone through and see the beside you, close to you, and I have seen the process of your healing and the way that you have done it is just above excellent. So it was fascinating to know that somebody I know, I remember everything, and the way that you heal yourself through it, and becoming now, and the way that you do almost everything is just beyond amazing. And thank you so much for sharing. We learn from you, and it's amazing to know this, to have this knowledge and use it in lives. So, and now we're opening the floor. So I think if Dr. Kumar wants to share some slides with us, continuation of his talk, or we all want to jump into, the round table, let's do it. And if anybody has any questions. So Dr. Kumar, floor is yours if you want to talk or you want to share something.
Just give me a minute. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
feel
okay, I'm going ahead with my continuation. I have few more slides because that will complete the whole topic of whatever we have been discussing, Parveen. So I'm just
Sure,
going
sure.
ahead and then I'll complete it.
Yeah.
So let me.
It's already recording, so it's going to be the continuation of your talk.
Let me. Are you all able to see the screen?
No,
Not yet.
not yet. And by the way, Dr. Maria, Academy thanks you for your articles, and it's been published. Thank you. And at the end of Dr. Kumar's talk, I want to just come with one kind of advice.
Thank you.
Yeah, something for all of us, what to do next. So go ahead, Dr. Kumar.
All right. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I think, Maria, you are just, it's a goosebumps for me. The reason is uh, there is a lot of beautiful things the divine or the God has given all of us. And the only reason that we all are not able to connect to this beautiful being of a human is because we get disconnected. Now, for you, what happened was that situation created where your vision, was down, and then you had a stroke, and then after that you had to carry on with your life. But what happened? You took this first step of just going with the flow and then connecting, and then the universe started giving you all the details. And automatically you could get into the other dimension where a normal human being, we are just restricted with our visual, auditory, the taste, the five senses, we are limited in that. But what you have done is you have just gone one step beyond. Now, this is where what happens is, as Dr. Horwitz's frequency of 5 to 8 goes very well with all of us, what we all need to do is, as long as we are living on this planet Earth, if we all can vibrate with that 5 to 8 frequency and slowly convert every cell in our body, we have around 50 trillion cells. Now, just imagine every cell is going to work at the frequency of 5 to 8. That is what is called enlightenment. Now, enlightenment is a process where you leave your body, the mortal remains of the body at your will, and then you join the universe or God. Now, this happens only when we vibrate at the same frequency of the divine frequency. Now, this is something I picked up. So, thank you very much. I am proud of you, and whatever you have done and whatever you are today, it's nothing but I am seeing another divine being. See, you may be a human being, but I see divine in you. So I don't need to go see outside, see God. I'm seeing God
Thank you.
right in front of me. And what you have done is a very beautiful information where I think every human being, we all have to get back to the universe. And this is what you have shown us, and we are very proud of you. Thank you so much. And this gives me a lot of, I think, positive feeling within me that today, for attending this, I'm really shocked on one side, but on the other side, I feel proud of you because I'm seeing another divine soul on this planet, and that too in the platform Bioquantum Academy. Thank you very much.
I'm honored. I'm humbled. Thank you, Dr. Kumar.
So going back to my sharing of, are you seeing my slide? No, right?
Yes, yes.
Is it? I'm not able to see my own slides. I'm not able to see here. I don't know, where is it? Let me go back and
Maybe
share.
share it again.
I think I have to go back and reshare. Okay, are you all seeing? I think right. You're all
Crossing?
seeing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, this was a slide I had left. So, in reality, are we treating diseases or are we healing? So the question is very, very clear. I think with all the discussion from the morning until now, we feel most of us are treating the disease in the way we have been trained to. But are we healing our body? No, I don't think so. We are doing that. So what we need to do is, when we see this is a problem with the regular allopathic system, is we see everything as a mechanical part and treat. So what happens? The result is automatically only that particular part of it gets a benefit of probably getting a cure, but there is no healing in that. So what happens is we at the end of the day are running around from pillar to post. But this is where I think Maria did a wonderful thing, that she upgraded herself and then she started moving forward. Now, how many human beings can do that? I wouldn't know, because many of them get back to the hospital thinking that they are going to get a solution, which is not. So this is where we all need to understand that we need to heal ourselves. So with the today's advent of our medical sciences, and in the past century, no doubt, we all have evolved drastically, exponentially. Now, we have the most advanced technologies to pick a disease, treat a disease, and help human beings to recoup faster and get back home. Yes, definitely, it is a boon to mankind. But this is on one side. But if you look at the percentage of benefit, what human, I would say it's a very, very small percentage where they get the benefit and they get healed. But most of the time, I would say, if at all, if that person is getting healed, I would say that particular person put in an effort, just like what Maria did, and then heal themselves. And that's how they're able to transform their life and then move forward in their life. So, yeah. Now, this is something, as Dr. Parveen has been always telling, with the situation, the diseases are spearheading at a very, very high speed, and we still face challenges where we don't know what to do. Many times we don't know the diagnosis. We don't even know what is happening. So what is the situation ultimately is the human beings are suffering. Now, this is a sad part of it. Now, on one side, the human beings are ignorant. They are not updated with the latest what is happening, especially in terms of what Bioquantum Academy is sharing with the knowledge of the holistic approach, which not many people know. Now, in fact, it will be a very, very good situation that if we can give a friend a solution. Now, that's where I am here. So coming with the solution, what we all need to look into is, number one, we need to balance ourselves. Now, what I normally, or everyone normally, is you just go to a shop and you want to buy some vegetables. You ask for 1 kg. Now, what happens is he would put a weight of 1 kg on one side, the other side, he will give you the vegetables you want. Now, would you be happy if the weight is on the down part and your this one is, especially your vegetables, is on the higher part or on the lower part? Now, we human beings are mentally very, very happy if we get extra. That means it has to go down. But if it is goes up, we are not. But if it is balanced, maybe we accept it. But in reality of life, most of us live a very, very imbalanced life, right from waking up in the morning until we go to bed. There is a lot of, now that's where, Maria, what you were telling about the disharmony. Now here in that way, we are imbalanced. Now for you to get back to balance, it's not if at all, for example, if I'm going to speak about just the 5-2 frequency, it's not just you getting into the 5-2-8 frequency that everything is going to balance. No, there are a lot of other things we all need to do in terms of right from the moment you wake up in the morning, and then how you carry on your journey of life. What do you eat? What kind of emotional balance do you have? How do you handle day to day? It can be internal stress or external. What do you do? Now, all this can only happen if what philosophy of healing we are talking about is wisdom. Now, wisdom for some people, when you're 30 years, you can get the wisdom. But for some people, even if you're 100 years, you don't have any wisdom. There are a lot of 80%, I would say 80% of the human being are living a life without wisdom. But they're all 70 years and 80 years. In that way, on this platform, we had the honor of Dr. Horowitz coming here and giving what an energy he had and what a kind of that, the feeling of positiveness. And every moment he was talking about the divine, every moment he picked up some verses from the Bible. Now, what does it mean? At 73, if this man overcome cancer and he's been doing a lot of research on this music, then what are we doing here? Now we need to learn. Now that is where this platform gives a very beautiful opportunity for every one of us. And those who are all awake and still here, I think it's a beautiful opportunity that we need to move forward. So coming back to my slide here, you need to balance. So what happens the moment you balance, you feel that completeness within you. The completeness is nothing but you can call it as a harmony. Now, harmony is something, a blissful state. You are in a state of bliss wherein you are in a calm state where you interact not only within yourself, you interact with the environment. Now, as Maria is able to pick up the signals, it's only because she is in harmony. Otherwise, she can't pick up the signal. Can you walk around and then you can feel someone is walking behind you? No. We are like buffaloes. When we walk, we won't even know, and someone comes and bashes you, then only you realize, yeah. But here, what Maria did mention is, as she is walking, she can feel the energy. She may not be able to see the human being down there. Now, what did she do? Because she is in harmony within herself, her communication with the universe, it automatically happens. So what you need to do is you need to balance yourself and you need to get into the state of harmony. Now, when you balance everything in your life, what happens is in your life, everything starts falling in place automatically. You don't need to do anything. So what happens? Harmony just blooms up. It has to, because there is no other way. Harmony has to come up when you're in a balance. Now, when in harmony within thyself, everything in the body is functioning optimally. And this I am experiencing. I'm experiencing this because only in a state of harmony, you will be able to understand how beautifully your body is functioning. And your body is so intelligent enough, it can face any organism. It can wage a war with any number of viruses and whatever the bacteria is coming into. It can do the job provided you are in a state of harmony. So only when you're in a state of balance, you get into harmony. Only when you're in a state of harmony, healing begins. Now you can see in this beautiful sight, what is happening? The beautiful light is glowing. Now the beautiful light is what? That's the divine. God is light, right? Now this light, just imagine if every cell of your body is becoming light and vibrating at a frequency of 5 to 8, what will happen? Automatically you become a lovable being. Now, the moment you are lovable being, it is a contagious disease. You will automatically emit that kind of vibration to your surrounding, and everyone surrounding you would love to see you, love to talk to you, and would love to come and stay with you, and that frequency will heal them as well. Now, imagine you are healed. On the other hand, you are able to heal others. Now, this is where you will be able to see lots of masters who came onto earth. They healed so many people by their divine vibration. So for that, they would have been in balance. They would have been in harmony. That is when healing happens. So for everyone to understand, it is a process. So healing will not happen if you are not in balance. If you are not in harmony, don't expect healing. So healing is not just for any disease, So healing is basic process where the body go through every second. Now, how many of you know that every second in your body, there is some balance happening, there is some healing happening? Only thing you and I don't know. We don't even feel it. Only when you see a bigger cut externally, then we feel that we have a problem. Now, Dr. Ramesh was talking about endothelial dysfunction, right? It was in the vascular dysfunction. We hardly come to know that there is an endothelial dysfunction. But what is happening is there is a cause and effect. Now, when there is some problem happening, there is an effect on it. That is what finally lands up in a problem where you get a heart attack. But here, as the body is doing, how many of us are in the mode of, gratitude? How many of us say thanks to every cell of our body? Now, this is where you need to understand this beautiful body created by the divine has its own intelligence, and it doesn't work through your instruction or interference. It does its own job. So when you have this beautiful body with such a fantastic, miraculous machine with you, now why are we suffering with diseases? Why are we human beings are suffering? It's because of our ignorance. Now that's where we at the Bioquantum Academy are able to be an educative platform to help more people to understand. And the other person I definitely need to let know is Dr. Faisal. What a fantastic, you just imagine the happiness with that particular client or the patient. How beautiful it is. Now, what did he do? He's another healer. So in that way, when we look, we all are basically healers in our own way, little ways, whatever we are doing. So ultimately, what happens is we need to give an opportunity for the healing to happen. So with the latest technology of science of medicine, with whatever advancement, I would definitely say that integrated is the only option for all of us. And if everybody can integrate, I think that will be the I would say pillar stone. It will be the epitome for every one of us in the future to give a beautiful, healthy living for every customer we see. So in that way, my favorite is epigenetics. Why am I fanatic towards this particular department or this particular subject is, I don't know. For the past 10 years, it's like I'm just blending with the universe, because I see in this epigenetic concept of whatever I'm doing, I'm getting more connected with the right kind of people. Now, just imagine after my epigenetic connectivity for almost 8 years, I'm meeting Dr. Parveen. Now, after Dr. Parveen, Dr. Faisal, Maria, then Horowitz. What is happening? We all are getting connected. I think it's because epigenetically we all were connected by the divine, and we are supposed to be here on this platform. So saying that, you want to be healthy. Now, there are two ways. You want to be healthy, you definitely need to look into epigenetics and you need to correct your epigenetic factors. You will be healthy. That is number one. Number two, do you want to treat any disease or illness? You still need epigenetic correction there also. So that means epigenetic is such a beautiful umbrella. Whether anybody is healthy, you still need it. Whether the other person says, no, I have a lot of disease, no problem. For both this beautiful field called epigenetics, which is picking up the pace at which it's going, is very, very good for me. Extremely busy with my practice on this particular platform. And I feel every one of us in the future will be learning this epigenetic and started practicing. And today I have my first student, Dr. Ramesh, who is already here. I think next month there will be a few more students. And after that, I think slowly we will be exploding to a level where there'll be a lot of students. And on this platform, it's going to be a joy. It's going to be, I think, happiness unlimited. And I think there will be a lot of healing happening to everybody who comes and joins. It's not only education, we are all going to get healed. So saying that, I would say definitely the future of today in the science of medicine is definitely going to be epigenetic. So let's all live as one human community with the human beingness. That one word called HUMANE means a lot. So that is what I think on this platform with our the leader, our director, and our dean, everything as one, Dr. Parveen. And she has that quality, and she definitely not only emits, she is something very contagious. The moment you speak to her also, you will automatically become human, because there are a lot of qualities in the past 1 year I have seen. I have changed a lot after talking to her. The reason is her humane quality. So saying this, I think thank you very much, Dr. Parveen. There's a wonderful opportunity, and the philosophy of healing is nothing but keeping everything in balance, harmony. Healing will automatically happen. Saying that, thank you all, and I hope once again the list of speakers and everybody. Thank you all once again, and see you all once again in the next whenever the earliest meet back again. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Kumar. That was excellent. So you're taking us completely to the talk and coming out of it. It's a shock. So all of a sudden come out of it. So a little bit shocking. Yes, Dr. Faisal is back. So great to see him. So yeah, any questions? Anything about my talk, Maria's talk, Dr. Kumar's talk, Dr. Ramesh here is still up.
Now, I want to ask one question to Dr. Maria. Maria, do you have any regular practices for you to keep this, the power of an altered, I would say altered sensorium or altered connectivity with the